Today we are local loving on birds, and we got Rio's Dish of the Day coming at you.
And we've got Tripp's Dish of the Day, and this one is a good one.
Does it have cream cheese in it?
It does not.
Here we go. Talk 365 TV starts right now.
And welcome back to Talk 365 TV. I'm Trip Mitchell, and that is Holly Love. I had an embarrassing, my last two shows, I had a couple brain cramps. One was...
We both did, and it was a show about brain stuff, so it was particularly good.
I thought IHOB was going to be the International House of Breakfast, and it turned out to be burgers. Mm-hmm. Then we were talking about Kevin Costner's new series. Mm-hmm. And I'd forgotten the name of it.
Okay. Do you know it now?
No. I've still forgotten the name of it. But I'm not going to learn it. However, it just got tremendous. I watched the opening episode, and it was phenomenal.
Of the show you don't have the name for?
It begins with a W.
Wildlife? Wild Wolf?
A Y. Yellowstone.
I don't even have cable. So I have excuses for this, but you've watched the show and you still don't know the name after two shows talking about it.
But
fan here.
Now that I know the name, I'd forgotten when we started. You know, it's like one of those things where you know a guy's name until he walks in front of you.
I know.
So, Kevin Costner, this thing is, and it's like Dallas was before you were born. It's one of those soap opera.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful, so it's a cranky rancho owner, Kevin Costner, with the redhead daughter who's
which I was highly passed over for casting.
She
is her long lost
horrible woman.
Was adopted and sent away and comes back.
She's a horrible woman, and then the son, handsome son, and then another son gets killed. But anyway, long story.
Don't ruin it for anybody.
You'll figure it out. But it's just one of those shows that was shot in Utah, and I love to see shows that are shot in Utah because you go out of your way to and we had a big argument over a scene that was shot in Ogden.
Okay.
I swore it was in Park City, and Vita goes, "No,
that's Ogden."
Yeah, so she looked it up.
I can see how you could confuse the two because Ogden, the mountains are so close, kind of, right there and beautiful, and you kind of feel that small towny, cool Main Street vibe on 21st Street or whatever, 25th.
Yeah, Ogden, it worked out really well, and they shot all over, and then they did some staging, they did some scenes up in Montana, but the Park City Film Studio worked great for them, and
cool.
I heard they loved the cast, but the numbers came out, and it's the biggest hit of the year and doing really well.
Wow, oh, that's great. Okay, so guess what I did?
What?
I signed up for Hulu, and I got the HBO package so I could watch Believer because it is now out on HBO. The concert, of course, is coming up at the end of July on the 28th, right, Sylvia?
Yes.
28th of July. Tickets are available at Smith Tix. It was phenomenal the second time as it was the first time I saw it. Andy and I once again bawled our eyes out. This time his girls were here, so they watched it with us. It was like a family thing. We had lots of discussions about it. It's a phenomenal documentary about our situation that we're facing here in Utah with our LGBT youth, suicide, and just basically any Orthodox religion that puts a lot of shame and pressure on them to need to be a certain way other than they are. And when that happens, what it does to them and how it doesn't work. I mean, the stats are out there, and he starts a great conversation about what we can do and what we need to do, because he brought up an interesting point on The Daily Show. Have you seen The Daily Show lately? Now I'm pulling at you because I completely forgot the South African gentleman.
Trevor Noah.
Is that his name? That sounds weird. Okay, I'm going to trust you on it. Okay, so anyway.
I remembered Yellowstone.
I know, good job, Trevor. Anyway, Trevor Noah interviewed him. Did you see that interview
at
all? I thought both of them did a phenomenal job, and they brought a lot of cool stuff out. But Dan was talking about how recently he had a conversation with a Mormon mom and was like, if your child came to you, regardless of your faith, regardless if nothing changes in the church, regardless if, they keep the doctrine the same and says that they're gay, if you don't say to them 100%, I love you and you're beautiful and you're perfect exactly as you are, you just made them 8 times more likely to commit suicide. Which, would you do that? And so I think that's his biggest push with everyone, is to think about the consequences that come with believing, this way that we're believing, and think about ways that we can have conversations that we don't shame our youth and do something about it. We're super excited. I'm going to reach out today. I'm still working on press passes, and we'll figure out how to get down there and support this whole thing, because we love it and thought it was a phenomenal documentary. I highly recommend you watch it. Watch it with your family, start chatting, figure it out. In the meantime, don't go anywhere, because coming after this break, Tripp has got a recipe without cream cheese. I'm having a hard time believing it.
It is possible, but there is cheese.
Right after this.